How do psychological biases influence economic fairness? Imagine you are in a room full of people discussing how wealth should be shared. Some see the system as fair, while others see it as broken. What shapes these views? It's not just facts or figures. It's how our minds work. Our mental shortcuts and biases influence what we believe is fair or unfair in the economy. These biases act like filters, coloring our perception of reality and shaping our opinions about justice. When we talk about distributive justice, which is about how resources and wealth are divided, these biases play a huge role. They can make us see inequality as less serious or more justified than it really is. For example, many people underestimate how unequal their society really is. If you live in a wealthy neighborhood, you might not see the struggles of those in poorer areas. This perception affects how you view policies about redistribution or social programs. If you think inequality is not a big problem, you might oppose reforms that could help the disadvantaged. Cognitive biases like confirmation bias also come into play. People tend to believe what supports their existing views and ignore evidence that contradicts them. So if someone believes the system is fair, they will look for information that confirms this and dismiss facts that suggest unfairness. This creates a cycle where perceptions stay fixed, even if the reality is different. People also judge fairness based on immediate, visible situations. For instance, if a store raises prices after a storm, most see it as unfair, even if economic logic says it's justified. This shows how fairness judgments are often emotional and not purely rational. Herd behavior is another factor. When people see others protesting or complaining about unfairness, they tend to join in, reinforcing collective perceptions of injustice. This can lead to polarization, where groups see the economy as either entirely fair or completely broken. These biases influence political debates about redistribution. Those benefiting from current systems often see them as fair, while those at a disadvantage see them as unjust. The way people perceive fairness is shaped by their environment, media, and social groups. Changing these perceptions is not just about providing facts. It's about understanding how people interpret information through their mental filters. Policies aimed at reducing inequality need to consider these psychological factors. Simply presenting data about economic disparities might not change minds if biases distort how that data is understood. Recognizing that perceptions of fairness are influenced by mental shortcuts and group identities helps us see why disagreements persist. It also shows that addressing economic fairness involves more than just fixing economic structures. It requires engaging with how people see and interpret the world around them. When we understand these biases, we can better design policies that not only change the economy but also how people perceive justice within it.